How'd you like to know about one thing that can help you win faster in your business and your life? This is for you. This is my treat for you, and it comes from my 30 years of making mistakes. This is probably how I single-handedly slow down most of my progress. That's what I'm going to talk about today. And that thing is leadership. My gosh, I did not know how to be a leader. I had never had a leader. I had never worked for a company where I saw what a leader was supposed to do. I didn't have a role model. I didn't have anyone to show me. So I was just a worker. Like I was a worker bee. I was a hustler. And my biggest mistake is thinking that everyone else was a hustler too. And so for you business owners, you solopreneurs, that maybe you do have a team, but your team keeps falling apart. Maybe you do have a vision, but you can't get there. Maybe you are in charge of people, but they're not producing to the degree that you need them to in order to scale fast. This show is for you. So let's talk about what is a leader. This is the thing I did not know. I did not know that a leader was influencing positive impact through their own behavior. A leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. I was not doing that. I knew the way by figuring it out myself. And then I would hire someone, and I thought they just knew or that they could figure it out themselves. And I was proven wrong time and time again, like probably, I don't know, guys, probably 40, 50 times over my 30 something years. In this moment, I'm going to judge myself in every aspect of my life and say, I failed. I failed my family. I failed my employees. I failed my clients. I failed myself. And I failed my mission. I failed my maker because I did not know this one thing. I did not understand that there was something I had figured out that they didn't know yet. I didn't understand that the poorest leader can kill the best idea. I had the best idea and I couldn't get it to get off the ground. I couldn't get it to launch. And it's this skill that was in the way. My intention was pure. My grit and determination, pure. Like the whole reason behind the hustle, pure. I have no doubt in my mind, in my body, in the cells of my beingness, in my soul, that I am here to help people. Since I'm a kid, I love helping people. I love watching them grow and transform. I love being a part of their healing. But I didn't understand why we were staying stuck. And a big part of this was not really understanding how to teach, how to learn, how to study, and how to get other people to understand that the barrier was the problem. I just kept using personal energy to peel them off the floor, to pick them up, to bring them along. And I know some of you can relate. So I am okay being humbled. I am eating humble pie these last 6 to 18 months of my life and business. But I was determined to figure it out. And now I feel like I understand and I have a solution so I can take action and I can teach along the way. So one of the big things that I missed is I knew my vision was big. So the part of a leader is to cast this huge vision and like sell the idea to other people, but also have it so big that there is room for the others to win also. So the vision needs to be big enough, large enough that others have place to grow and to win within the company. They should not have to like go and do a side hustle. There should be enough opportunity because the leader, the visionary, should be holding a big enough vision that it is held and cast and sold because your belief or my belief is strong enough. So that I had the vision, but I didn't understand that I had to sell it, that I had to get the buy-in for it. And I didn't understand that they couldn't see the whole vision. So that part I was still failing, even though it was a big vision, even though it was a selfless purpose. My purpose in it was, I mean, I feel good and satisfied when I'm helping people. So that part was about me, but I'm talking about holding a big enough vision for other people to come and like expand the movement, be a part of the movement, also be on the front line. So not having this one person who's heading everything. It's more about the mission and the intention than it is about the person or the people. So that's number one. You have to hold a big enough vision that there's room for other people to win within the vision. Another one is you have to identify, number one, identify yourself as the visionary, as the leader, as the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Number two, you have to identify builders. Who in the company is going to help? So you sell the vision, and then there's the front line, and they're like, I got it. I got you. I know exactly what to do. I can delegate. I can go and till and sow the seeds. Like, I got it. I know what to do. So the visionary, the leader, shares the vision, and the builders pick it up. They pick up the idea. They're sold on the idea, and they are movers and shakers. So that's very important to identify. So the leader has to have the ability to identify who is the builder, who are the builders, what is their role, what do they need to do, what can be like delegated, what's the task, and are they capable? Do they have the skill set? Do they have the intention? Then the builder brings it to the integrators. So those are the ones like punching the keys and the dots and the like, they're helping move it along, almost like an assembly line. And so it's like, here's the big idea, and then here's the machine. And the leader is not like telling people what to do. The leader is not like the boss. The leader is the vision caster, the believer, the expander of possibility. The like they're holding the mission, the intention. Like the core values are like, we're result driven. We're transparent. We allow other people to win. There's no one person winner. This is not about people. This is about a movement. It's about a mission. It's about a hitting a target that's going to impact humanity. So if I want to, my idea is I want to impact millions of people through mind-body modalities. In other words, we want to help them to see that there is a disconnect between the mind and the body and the actions that they're taking. So they're not getting the results that they want. We happen to have the technology, we have the process, we have the people who are trained that can help them do that. I personally cannot impact millions of people by myself. But what I can do is train others who are interested in the same thing, who have the same mission, whether it's to heal their life, their family, or help others. So my job is to attract those people. And out of those thousands of people who will be trained and become a coach, they'll be trained in the technology. We will help them become confident and competent. And then I have to identify out of those thousands of people, who are the few builders that are able to like pick up the torch and run without me. That's the part I was missing. I didn't want to do it alone. And I kept trying to make everyone a builder. I was trying to, like, I just didn't want to do it alone. So I was convincing. I was not like really painting the clear picture and then selling them on the idea. I wasn't creating this or casting this whole vision. So these are the errors that I made, guys. And I'm wondering, maybe you feel like you've done the same thing. So holding the vision, have the idea. I do not think that's my idea, by the way. I think that's God's idea. That was planted in me at an early age. I've been at this for a long time. And I just kept failing because I didn't have these tangible, applicable tools, these skills. And I didn't know I need them because I'm pretty efficient on my own. And so I was just winging it with the powers that I did have, but it didn't have systems. It didn't have processes. So I couldn't pass it on to anyone else and I couldn't get any bigger by myself. That's where a lot of you are. You have this great idea. You're making money, but now you've got to figure out how to get other people to come and buy into your idea and help you achieve it. So the visionary, the builder, the integrators, or it's probably the employees, it's probably the 1099s, it's probably those who are like, I got you, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, I can get the Facebook ads going, I can take care of the new person when they come in, I can take care of payments, I can, like, they're it's all important work, but there needs to be those three tiers. I didn't know that. I thought we were all on the same, like doing the same thing. I thought that they were all self-inspired, self-motivated, self-determined. It's not true. It's not wrong. It's just not true. So that's what I have learned in this last 18 months, that I feel like I have finally gotten somewheres, but not until I was about to quit. Just so you know, I was like, right, it was like on the last straw. And then it turned. But it turned because I surrendered. It turned because I quit depending on what I knew, because what I knew was not correct. What I knew was not enough. I needed to know something else. But as long as I was in I know mode, I couldn't learn, I couldn't receive, I couldn't get anything else. And so when I surrendered, when I just like backed off and saw what was happening, I was able to receive new information. And then I was able to help others step into the role to become their place, their part. There's a good part of micromanaging, and then there's a negative way to micromanage. So I don't want to micromanage to the degree that I have robots on my team. I don't want robots, although there is robotic systems and processes, but the person themselves is an expression of the divine. I want them to bring that expression to the company. But the systems and the process and like the rules and the regulations and the way that we do it, that needs to be robotic so that they can have the freedom to express. So you don't want to micromanage to the degree that you take their creativity out of the picture. These systems, these KPIs, the processes, it should allow more flexibility so that they can become more of themselves and actually bring more talent to the table. So the role of a leader is to make the success of others easier because you've been there. The role of the leader is to attract, develop, empower exceptional talent, to hold the vision, to paint the picture. And there must be trust. They must trust the leader, knows, goes, and shows. And I'm going to add to that. The leader also has to know the signs of unknowingness, the signs of dysregulation, the signs of nervous system frozenness. Like, wait, what's happening? Why are we not getting results? Why are they not winning? And then we got to go backwards. If you listen to the podcast 2 weeks ago, you got to go backwards to when they were winning and you have to identify. So as the leader, the way that I am developing myself, the tools that I am learning that I am now bringing to the organization are more about how to lead better. I love teaching, but I was teaching too fast. And I was teaching from an experiential curriculum, and they hadn't had the experiences yet. And I did this with clients, with family, and with my team. And I am sorry. I apologize. This is my public apology. I've been calling myself out on this for a while now. When I'm coaching, when I'm teaching, I mean, we kind of don't know what we don't know. And the greatest harm is when you think you know and you don't think there's anything else. And that's what I saw was happening with the team. I was their everything. And so they were under the Kim umbrella, which was not expansive enough for all of us. Like, and this is the thing, you can develop people under your umbrella, or you can hire people that's got a bigger umbrella. But when you're in a startup, it's near impossible to hire someone that has another agenda, that has another vision, that's like willing to come in at startup price, unless they can see the opportunity. Then they're willing to start at the bottom if the promise is big enough. I was not in that position. So my position was to trust, to lead, to guide, to teach, to mentor until they were developed to a certain degree. But then I was like, oh shit, I don't know everything. And now they're bound by what I know. And so then we became the Bottleneck together. So I hope this is helpful for anyone who is having the same struggles, that you have an amazing business, you make great money, you know that you provide the best service in the industry, you're the best person in the marketplace, but you're not growing, you're not evolving, you're not scaling, you're not hitting your targets, and you don't know how to get your team on board. This is a really big problem. And I believe that if all business owners and leaders of the organization knew this, that they would know how to win together, and they wouldn't just write it off as nobody wants to work, I can't find good talent, there's nobody out there. That's not true, guys. No one's coming to work for a shitty boss. No one's going to stay if you don't have this figured out. And so what I've been doing is going into spas, clinics, companies, and I've been helping the business owner expand their mind to understand this. And then we've been bringing their people in. So if they want someone trained in marketing, in sales, in customer service, then we can actually help develop their team. So they identify them, and then we help train them. And then I work with the owner. So if that's something that you're interested, if you know anyone who is interested in that, you hear them complaining, struggling, fighting, not being able to figure it out, they think there's no good people. They're working day and night tirelessly. They cannot take time off because the company can't run without them. Please refer them. Let me know you refer them. Send me an email, send them this podcast, and just say, look, I know you've been struggling with this. I've been listening to this girl. She's talking about this. Maybe she can help you. And I'll be happy to give you a shout out, to give you a thank you, to give you a referral fee, like whatever it is that's going to help us grow this mission. I just need your help. I need your help to get the word out. I need your help to share. I need your help to put a rating and review. Let someone know, even if it's the neighbor you're at the walking park with, let someone know, just so we can start expanding on this, so we can quit suffering so much. All right. That's what I have for you this week. I think this one was kind of long, but I hope it was helpful.